In Waupaca County Court, the OWI suspect accused of driving drunk and killing 4 siblings in a wrong-way crash pleads no contest to 5 charges. As we've reported, 48-year-old Scott Farmer was facing 7 charges in connection to the deaths of the 4 Gonzalez siblings, Daniel, Fabian, Lillian, and Daniela. In court today, Farmer pleaded no contest to 1 count of operating while intoxicated, 5th or 6th offense, and 4 counts of homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle. His sentencing is scheduled now for late November.